हरे कृष्ण। तो उनको बोलो जूम अरेंज कर रहे हैं क्या? वो वाला नहीं, दूसरा वाला। क्या बोले? गूगल लिंक। हाँ, गूगल मीट। ये ब्रह्मचर्यों के लिए, ये अन्यों के लिए। दिस वी कैन नॉट शेयर ना। दिस कैन नॉट बी शेयर्ड विद अदर्स आउटसाइडर्स। तो उसके लिए आप लैपटॉप पे अरेंज करेंगे क्या? हाँ। हम्म। तो इन्होंने बोला इनके साथ कम्युनिकेशन की है। हाँ वो, नहीं वो देखेंगे, जिसको देखना है ज्वाइन कर लेंगे। दो अलग होते हैं क्या? तो ठीक है, कर दो। कोई भी चलेगा, बट उनका नंबर ले लो फिर। हरे कृष्ण। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदा यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदा यमुना तीरावनचारी। यमुना तीरावनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Louder, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
There is a tendency to show.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramhansa Parivrajagacharya Ashtottara Shata Sri Srimati's Divine Grace Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON founder Acharya BBT founder Acharya Savior of the whole world Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Paramhansa Parivrajagacharya Ashtottara Shata Sri Srimat Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपिका श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मथुरापुरी धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, श्री नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, गंगा मैया की, यमुना मैया की, भक्ति देवी की, श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, श्री कृष्ण करुणामृत की, शिल बलमोंगल ठाकुर की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our continuation on the discussion on the book of Bilvamangal Thakur, Krishna Karunamrit. Last time the class was on 17th December, exactly 2 months back. So I know you all remember everything because you are all having photographic memory. So with that understanding, I am proceeding further to 26th verse, in which he says, Kadava kalindi kuvalaya dala shamal taraha kataksha lakshante kimapi karuna vichi nichitaha kadava kandarpa pratibhata jatta chandra shishiraha kamapi antastosham dadati murali keli ninadaha. When will we see those glances blacker than the petals of blue lotuses in the Yamuna, composed of indescribable waves of mercy? When will the notes of his playful flute, cool as moon in the locks of Shiva, enemy of Cupid, give us even a little inner satisfaction? This is quite amorous, esoteric book, esoteric in some sense, not so much, but still. But for my own purification, I speak and hope it helps all of you also. Some part which is helpful. So in this verse, he says, Lord Shiva is said to be the enemy of Cupid. You know, he was sent by demigods to allure Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva became angry and burnt him. So Kandarpa was destroyed by Lord Shiva. So it indicates that lust can be overcome. We can overcome lust. And in particular, what is required is the moon. What is that moon of Krishna's flute sound is most cooling because of being inundated by the cool waters of the Ganga situated in Shiva's locks of hair. So that Krishna's flute sound is compared to moon, and it is most cooling. And Lord Shiva, you know, gets Ganges. So the Ganges water becomes very cool because moon is there only in the, he's called as Chandra Mauli. He holds Chandra in his matted locks of hair. So lust can be conquered. विक्रीडितं व्रजवधूभिरिदं च विष्णु श्रद्धान्वितो अनुशृणयात् अथ वर्णयेद्य भक्तिं परां भगवती प्रतिलभ्य कामं रुद्रोगमाशु अपहिनोति अचिरेण धीरः. Srila Shukdev Goswami in Ras Panchadhyay, last chapter, last verse, quotes or ends whole Ras Leela pastime with this shloka, concluding that if one wants to get rid of Rudrog, the disease of the heart, namely the lust, he should hear with faith or describe with faith the pastimes of Lord Krishna with the gopis. Vikriditam prajavadhu bhiridam cha Vishnuho. Shraddhanvito, with faith. Anushranayat athavarnayedya. Bhaktim param bhagavati. He will achieve supreme devotion to the Lord, topmost devotion. Pratilabhya kamam, and lust will be destroyed. So we should hear the pastimes of Lord Krishna coming in parampara, spoken by our acharyas. Then our heart will be freed from lust. In the next 27th verse, wherein he says, O Master, these immature gopis glorify you, though you are unsteady with women, seldom seen, speak deceptively tender words, and have crooked intentions. They glorify your slow gait, which is grave and graceful, though you leave the rasa dance without being seen, and they glorify your intense, destructive embraces and your smile, which induces insanity and suffering, but which gives them happiness. In that he quotes, because Krishna is very crooked, so there are symptoms of dhurta are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah, in Srimad Bhagavatam. Wherever it has not given where is it from, but there is one verse which says, Mukham padmadalakaram vachaha piyushashitalaha rudhayam kartari tulyam trividham dhurta lakshanam. So gopis are saying that there are three symptoms of a dhurta. Dhurta means a cheater. Mukham padmadalakaram. He has a mouth shaped like a lotus petal. So dhurta, his mouth will be shaped like a lotus petal. Vachaha piyusha shitalaha. Speech as cool as nectar. While speaking, he speaks like nectar is showered. Very cooling. And Rudhayam Kartari Tulyam. And his heart is like a knife. That may not be acceptable. But otherwise, these are the lakshans. These are the Trividham Dhurta Lakshanam. So in Ujjwal Nilamani, he talks about the two conditions of the final state of prema. They are Rudh and Adhirudh. In Adhirudh, there are two types. One is Modan and other is Madan. Modan becomes Mohan in the condition of separation. Modam, happiness kind of, will turn into Mohan, illusion, in the condition of separation. Shunyayitam Jagat Sarvam, Govinda Virahename. And that leads to bewilderment, that is Divya Unmad, transcendental madness. This is transcendental in separation from the Lord. And in that transcendental madness also there are two types, Udghurna and Chitrajalpa. In Chitrajalpa, that is conversation concerning the beloved in the company of friends which contain deep anger and intense love, they are called as Chitrajalpa. That Divya Unmad, transcendental madness. Imagine Krishna has left and Radharani is very angry with her beloved, and in the company of her friends, Lalita, Vishaka, Chitra, Champaklata, Rangadevi, Sudevi, and Tungavidya, etc. She is speaking, Indulekha, she is speaking, and other gopis also, with deep anger and intense love. So that is called a Chitrajalpa. And this is having 10 stages, 10 states, which are described in 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam by Acharyas. One is Prajalpa, Parijalpa, Vijalpa, Ujjalpa, Sanjalpa, Avajalpa, Abhijalpa, Ajalpa, Pratijalpa, and Sujalpa. All are Jalpas only. The first is Prajalpa. So Prajalpa is a very nice word. When gopis or Radharani talks with other gopis, it is Prajalpa. But there are technical differences in all these 10. They are not all same. That's how there are 10 states. In Chitrajalpa, these are all parts of or states of Chitrajalpa. But when we engage into mundane talks unnecessarily, then it is called a Prajalpa, and that is very much condemned. So in that next 33rd verse, he says, Kila kinchit bhav. There are different types of bhavas. I will not get into too much practical, too much technical details. That is beyond me also. So he said the mixture of kila kinchit bhav is what? There are different bhavas. So kila kinchit bhav, Rupa Goswami quote says, the mixture of pride, affection, weeping, smiling, envy, fear and anger produced out of joy is called as kila kinchit bhav. Joyful state, so that bhav has all these emotions in it, isn't it? You understand? Like we may be surprised, but surprised in a what do you call? Uh, you understand? Like like this. It's a surprise, but then what? It's like the activity is not done so nicely, like that. This is also surprise. Now I cannot use the words neither in Sanskrit nor in English. Maybe you all can help me. What is it? Surprise mixed with strange feeling, isn't it? Like this. So I'm just giving outside of this. Here, what he's saying, the mixture of pride. Pride is also there. Affection is also there for Krishna. Weeping. But she's weeping also because Krishna has cheated in some way or left. She's smiling also. She's happy also about it. Smiling also, face having smiling, weeping. Envies are there in the heart. Fear is there. Anger is there. All this produced out of joy. It all has to be produced out of joy. You understand? You try to, in your joy, produce any one of this. In joyful state, you have to have pride also. So how will have pride, joyful? You can show. Maybe our Arjuneshwar who preaches to children. Na? You come here, I will tell, and you show to everyone. I am not good in showing bhavs. No? Anybody expert in drama? We are expert in watching drama. But all these feelings together. So all, as I was telling, I think last time also, when His Grace Kamal Lochan Prabhu completed his Merchant's Navy and was there in Merchant's Navy working. So when his ship was at Chennai shore, then he went to attend Maharaj class, His Holiness Bhanu Maharaj class. And at the end of the class, he asked that Maharaj, what is the, what do you call, the the ultimate philosophy of Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, ultimate philosophy, ultimately what it is. Maharaj said, ultimately there is no philosophy, there are only emotions. We have to only cry, as His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj would say, that we have opened a crying school. So crying is a very high level of emotion. Children, you know how they cry, all varieties, and we also cry. And our Narottam Das Thakur Mahashaya also cries, Eno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur Ashani Kutibo Mata Anale Pashibo, I'll enter in fire. Gauranga Gunera Nidhi Kotha Gele Pabo. Where is that Lord Gaura? Where is he gone? He is the Gunera Nidhi. He is the reservoir of all the nice qualities. So we should be all very emotional, but currently the emotions we have are all contaminated because of material sense gratificatory desires in the heart. So that's why our emotions are not so important at this stage. Though we express emotions because man has that side also. But we should know, like people keep speaking so many things. No, Prabhu, counselor many times he dumped with so many feelings of the counseling. Why he said like that? The manager is a rascal, and this counseling of yours is a rogue, and this, like that they will complain. How many of the counselors have got this kind of outburst of emotions on them? Raise your hand. Counselors? How many are counselors here? Raise your hand. Official counselors? Only 2, 3. And 2 PTC devotees raised hand. I think they are my counselors. I am their counselee. So anyway, okay. Anyway, you will all become counselors in future, so you'll understand what it means. But they shout like anything. They cry. They complain. They complain about you also to yourself. So everything. So emotions. But many of those emotions are quite impure because heart is impure. But here, these are all very pure feelings, pure emotions. When we become pure souls, we'll have pure emotions. You have seen GBCs, means Gurus of ISKCON dancing in Kirtan. How many of you seen video? So you'll see all the emotions of His Holiness Indradvim Swami Maharaj, how ecstatic he is. He was going here, and I think His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj is leading, and all others are keeping hands behind, I think, and he leads like this, going all around. And then Indradvim Maharaj is dancing. Then he makes Radhana Swami Maharaj dance, and then he lifts him up also. He rotates him, and others touch his lotus feet when his feet are in air, like that. And like that, so many emotions. These are all pure emotions. In love with Krishna, they express like that. So theirs are very pure. Ours in Kirtan, in one sense, you can say they are pure because you give up all the shame, shyness, and everything. Sometimes your arched enemy from Brahmachari ashram, he's also dancing in the same circle, but you still agree to be dancing in the same circle. And sometimes by mistake, his hand may touch your left hand or right hand, and you still tolerate and you still participate in. And what if you are thrown in the middle, 2 of you, to dance together? How many of you face such situation? You did not want to dance with a devotee, but somehow you had to dance. Raise your hand. Nobody's raising hand. You are all pure souls, I think. Nobody has envy like I have. I think I am only speaking my own bad feelings, means dirty feelings. Anyway, so then one of the emotions last time I had told, emotions or rather 10 states of in Pravas, Mathura Pravas. There are 10 states basically. One of them is Mrityu also, called Mruti. But Mruti is not exactly death, but it's a death-like state. It's a Vyabhichari bhav. So in the 40th verse, he talks about very famous sloka. You can repeat after me. I don't know how to sing, but you can repeat. He Deva, He Daita, He Bhuvanai Kabandho. He Krishna, He Chapala, He Karunaika Sindho. He Nath, He Ramana, He Nayanabhirama. Ha ha kadanubhavitasi padam drushorme. Last line is difficult to memorize, but earlier is easier. So what Srimati Radharani is saying, or here below Mangal Thakur is saying, but these are feelings of the gopis. He's also one of the gopis. He Deva, He Daita, He Bhuvaneka Bandho. O playboy, O protector, O soul friend in the world. Soul, S-O-L-E, friend. In total, he is the friend in the world. O attractor, O fickle one, O soul, ocean of mercy. Karunaika Sindhu also. O master, O enjoyer, He Natha, He Ramana, He Nayanabhirama, O delighter of the eye. Krishna is delight, for the greatest delight for the eyes. We have that Netrotsav after 15 days of Anavasar period in Jagannath Puri, wherein Lord Jagannath falls sick and doesn't give darshan. After that, when he gives darshan, it is called as Netrotsav. It's a festival for the eyes. So he gives delight to the eyes. Our eyes are meant only to always see the beauty of the Lord. O delighter of the eye, when will you be visible to me? There he says, Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavato me. You give me the, you be the, what do you call, what is the exact word? Show me the path. Nayana Pathagami. Show me the path, O Lord. Here it is said that when will you be visible to me? So then one technical detail is when two versions of the same bhav or two differing bhavs mix, it is called bhava sandhi. One bhav, another bhav, you mix it up, so it's a bhav sandhi. In general, we have in grammar uh, this sandhi, you all know. Two words you combine, then it becomes sandhi. Paropkar, para, upakar. You combine paropakar, para, upakar. U becomes O with joining with ra. Paro, pakar. Pakaro is not the word. Upakar is the word. Para is another word. You mix it up. Paropkar. So then in this shloka only, what we recited, there are different bhavas. There is a bhava of a madhya also, a mild woman. When she is saying that you are hey Daita, you are very merciful, but there is another Pragalbha woman also. There are different types of women. They are described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's why who is he? I'm not sure. One of the sannyasis in ISKCON, and maybe his holiness Haldar Swami Maharaj said that one should read Chaitanya Bhagavat first and then Chaitanya Charitamrita, because Chaitanya Bhagavat has only stories, very easy to understand, simple Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes with his associates. But Chaitanya Charitamrita has a lot of esoteric part also, as we find with Ramananda Rai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu discussion. There only all these women, their bhavas and all. And quite sometimes it comes, such kind of descriptions. So one should read Chaitanya Charitamrita later. First one should read Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Pragalbha woman is also there, a very bold woman. So Krishna in the next verse, 48th verse, he is referred to or inferred as Paramrusham. From a distance he is seen from far off by seeing where the birds in the trees are stunned on the path. Where Krishna is walking any path, so the birds on those trees, adjacent trees, they are all watching him very closely. So they all become stunned. All their like kind of frozen, isn't it? And sometimes very extraordinary thing you see, you're stunned. Very wealthy person, a very beautiful person, some opulence, something like that. Maybe we all had that experience when first time we went to Mayapur and the curtain was closed of Radha Madhav and Ashtasakis, and the curtain opened. It was beyond your imagination. In case you have been accustomed to normal ISKCON temple altars, so the deities are small, 3 feet, 4 feet, like that. And there, in case you have never seen, and how many of you had experience? That experience? Isn't it? Very beautiful and so huge, life size, as they say. And all 8 are there. Here too, generally we are accustomed to seeing Radha Krishna. Here all Ashtasakis, also 10 people, 10 deities on the, and the altar itself is so high, deities are so much in height, and there are so many, and such, and all decoration, dresses, it is very opulent. So you get stunned. So whichever path Krishna passes by in the forest of Vrindavan, all the birds on the trees adjacent to that path, they all become stunned. So it's very easy to locate Krishna from a distance also. That's what Bilwanga Thakur is saying. When will I see the performer of pastimes with the complexion of a half-blooming blue lotus, whose face attracts the minds of the 3 worlds, who cannot be described by the greatest of sages, who is inferred from afar by seeing the silent birds on the path, who is seen by the eyes of the women of Vraja. So they all get stunned. Then Srimati Radharani says in the next 50th verse, Lagnam muhur manasi lampata sampradaya lekhavale hiraja rasagya manogya vesham rajjan mrudu smita mrudullassita dharamshu rakendulalit rakendulalita mukhendu mukunda balyam. The youthfulness of Mukunda, having an appearance attractive to knowers of rasa, with the rays from his lips glowing softly with a tender smile of love, with moon-like face worshipped by the full moon, is stuck in my mind, which relishes a deity in the line of debauchees. But what she is saying is the youthfulness or fickleness. Krishna's youthfulness, here Bilamangal Thakur uses the word balyam. Though word Balyam is used, it should not be misunderstood to be child Krishna. No. Bal word, Balya, it's childhood, but it is not here Balyam, it is youthfulness. Uh, and also fickleness. The youthfulness or fickleness of Mukunda, who has a smile like a jasmine flower on his face, that is Mukha, is stuck in my mind like color permeating cloth. We all, how many of you seen cloth being colored? Have you seen in Mayapur and all? If you are passing on the kind of lanes and all that, you will find they have that handloom. Handloom, they have those threads and all that, and they give color also. Sometimes the colored threads, I think, or cloths, they hang. How many of you seen? If you are passing through the lanes of Mayapur, you will see that. Not this side, Antardweep side, but that side. Koladip side, that side, if you will find that. So how the color gets stuck in the cloth. All of us have, these are colored clothes, many times we have. So it gets stuck. Ours is not very high quality, but company dye and all that, the way they do dyeing, the color gets stuck in the cloth. Like that Radharani says, or Vilonga Thakur says, that his mind is stuck in the youthfulness or fickleness of Krishna. So we have attraction, eyes get attracted to wrong things. So for purifying, we need to see Krishna's beauty regularly. That's why we should go in front of the deities, take their darshan. And especially lust is controlled by Krishna's eyebrows. So taking darshan of Krishna's eyebrows, lotus face in general, in specific the eyebrows, reduces the lust, overcomes the lust in our heart. After worshipping the deities, or after I think nowadays this what do you call, backup services also, devotees have the prayers begging forgiveness. In that one verse is there, pratigya tava govinda name bhakta pranashyati iti samsrutya pranan sandharyamyaham, pranan sandharyami aham. That I am holding on to my breath, my life, with this one thought. What? Pratigya tava govinda, oh my dear Govinda, one who gives pleasure to the senses. Name bhakta pranashyati, that my devotee will never perish. So I just served you through deity worship or backup or whatever services. After any service, we can say this prayer. It is not just for deity worship only, but there we have to say anyway. Name bhakta pranashyati iti samsrutya, remembering this again and again and again. I am holding on to my breath. Otherwise, I would have given up my life only. Why? Because I have committed so many mistakes in rendering service to you. But somehow still I rendered some service, and that is how I have been trying to be your devotee. And your devotee never perishes. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. He says that apicheta suduracharo bhajate mamananya bhag sadureva samantavya samyak vyapasito hi saha. And while engaged in devotional service, if one somehow undergoes unpremeditated fall down, unintentional fall down, something he came across which he did not want to come across, but somehow circumstances were such that they impelled him to fall down. He fell down from his high path. Consciousness went down, even physically something, verbally something wrong happened. But then again he is situated in devotional service. When he is out of that illusion, that situation, it may take few minutes, few seconds, few minutes, sometimes days or months or whatever. But then he is again resituated or properly situated in his own devotional position. Then Krishna says, I consider him to be a sadhu, a devotee. And next sloka says, Shipram hi bhavati dharmatma shashva shantim nigachati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. That Shipram hi bhavati dharmatma, very soon he becomes righteous. Shashva shantim nigachati, and achieves lasting peace. Oh my dear Arjun, you declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. So that is Krishna's promise, Krishna's pratigya. So pratigya tava govinda name bhakta pranashyati. Not only he has taken that vow, but he has made it come out through the mouth of Arjun, who is his pure devotee. And Lord sometimes may go against his words, but he will never go against the words of his pure devotee like Arjun. So that is, where is it this verse from? Pratigya tava govinda name bhakta pranashyati. This is from Mahabharata. That is what is stated in this. Maharaj has said. Maharaj is well read in so many scriptures, so he has quoted, he sings from Mahabharata. In this book, quite sometimes, at least few times, Krishna is referred to or compared to Marakata, jewel. So Marakata means emeralds. What is the color of Marakata or emerald? Huh? Green. Yes. So is Krishna green? No. So, so it is said that emeralds are usually green, but when compared to Krishna, dark blue. They're like sapphire. Sapphire is blue, Nilamani. So emeralds also in this, whenever it is used for Krishna, it is Marakata means compared to dark blue. Who is this person who is gracefully roaming alone on the path, wearing a crown decorated with a peacock feather, with a body which is more attractive than a pillar of emerald, with a face sweet, with a wondrous, infatuated smile, with moving eyes, with words soothing with youthfulness, with graceful demeanor in his movements, which intoxicated elephants praise? Who is this person who agitates the mind? So for that, last line says, Mandam mandam aye ka esha mathura vithim mitho gahate. So Mathura word is used. What is Mathura? Abode of Lord. Mathura Mandal we know. So here when it is referred to Krishna, Krishna's name is also Mathura. Mathura means that which excites or churns. Matha. Mathana. Mathana. Mathana we all know. Matha Ura A. It's a Sandhi. Sandhi in English called as conjunction. Conjunction. Okay, take it, no problem. You all understand Sanskrit also. But we could know English also. So, matha is to churn or to excite. The mind of the beholder. Ur is there, no? Sanskrit. Marathi also it is there. Ur bharunale. Isn't it? It's what? In English? Overwhelmed. Yeah, that is the word. Like your heart, your mind is filled with such intense emotion, overwhelmed. So, Ura, Matha plus Ura plus A. Mathura plus A, Mathura. Because it's feminine, it's a city. So, Mathura also is used. And similarly, Krishna's beauty also. Krishna's lotus face, his beauty is such that it excites or churns the mind of the beholder. So that's a also at the end. Matha plus Ura plus A. You got it, no? Matha means to churn, Ura means the mind, and A means to make it feminine. And Krishna's beauty is like that. So Mathura here refers to Krishna's beauty. In general, Mathura is city also, but here it is like that. And another word, one word for related to Matha only. One of the, what comes to your mind? Matha is, anybody's name related to Matha? Manmat, who is referred to Cupid. Why? Because he churns our mind. When lust attacks, mind is churned, agitated, disturbed so much. So Cupid, one of his names is Manmat. I think here only, when Pradyumna section comes, here means, I don't know whether I'll get it immediately. There are several names for Pradyumna, because he is also Kamdev. But you know some of the names. What are the names? Kamdev, Kandarpa, huh? Madan, what else? Huh? Ananga, because he lost his body. Then, huh? Many more. I don't know whether I'm not getting. That is Kamdev. Rati is his wife. Here. Shambarari is the Pradyumna's names. Shambarari because he killed Shambar demon. You all know when he was in the stomach of that fish, when Shambar kidnapped him and threw him in the ocean, one fish ate him up, and then that fish was caught by some fisherman, given to Shambar only again, and he gave it to Rati, the cook over there. She cut open the stomach, out came a very beautiful boy, and that boy only grew up soon to youthful stage, and she was having amorous attraction to him, and he wondered how come. Said, I am your wife, Rati, born again. As what was her name then? Her name was Rati again. Maya. 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 Okay, Maya. So Mayavati or Maya? Mayavati. Huh? Okay, no problem. So then she guides him how to kill this Shambar, and he killed. So his name is Shambarari also. Eventually, all these and all these Yadus, especially some of the 18 Maharathi sons of Krishna, Krishna out of 1,61,080 sons, 18 were Maharathas. Of them, some 8 or so killed other 8 brothers of Shambar also. This comes in Garga Samhita. When Pradyumna goes as the commander-in-chief of the Yadu Sena to entire Bhumandala. So when he is in one of the Varshas, Uttar Kuru Varsha or somewhere. So that's where these demons, brothers of Shambar were there. So they were very disturbed that this fellow, means his father only, Krishna, killed our brother, Shambar. No, this Pradyumna only killed Shambar. I think that is related to Shaktasur. Shaktasur's brothers were there. Anyway, Shambarari is one name, then Kama is there, Darpak is another name. Then Madan, Mar is also there. Mar, how many of you heard? Mar is one of the names also. Kandarpa, Panchaban is another name for lust. You say, अरे वो नाम से क्या मतलब है, काम से मतलब है. काम तो हम सबके ऊपर कर ही रहा है अपना काम, लेकिन उसके नाम भी जान सकते हैं आप, है कि नहीं? समझ रहे हैं ना? काम तो अपना काम कर ही रहा है, लेकिन उसके नाम भी तो जान लें हम. हाँ, पंचबाण नेम. हाँ, some I don't know, Stamban, something like that. No need, first one is enough for us. Anyway, Panchaban, Ananga is another. Then Manmat is there. Meenaketan is also there. Manmat. So in this context, Manmat is there. Manmat is one who agitates the mind. The person who generates lust. Now if you look at Krishna, Krishna will generate lust in you. It's a transcendental lust. Gopya kamat bhayat kamsaha. Dveshas chedya dayon rupaha. So the person who generates lust, जो काम को पैदा करता है, is the father of lust. वो काम का बाप है हिंदी में, है कि नहीं? जो पैदा करता है किसी को, तो जिसने पैदा किया वो कौन है? बाप है उसका, फादर है. The person who generates lust is the father of lust. Krishna is called the generator of lust because he produces loss of emotional control and affects everyone. So Krishna is father of Manmat. That's why Krishna's name is Manmat. Manmat. Manmat के मन को जो मत्था है, he is called as Manmat. Manmat. See, Kamdev is Manmat, one who agitates our mind. And Krishna is he agitates the mind of the Kamdev also. So Manmat के मन को मथने वाले. Manmat. Manmat is Krishna's name. Huh? Manmat is square. Acha, okay. Manmat square. Okay, I don't know. But basically he agitates. The person who generates lust is the father of lust. Krishna is called the generator of lust because he produces loss of emotional control and affects everyone. So in the Next 66th verse, he says, you can repeat after me. Vakshasthale cha vipulam nayanotpale cha mandasmite cha mrudulam madjalpite cha bimbadhare cha madhuram muralirave cha balam vilasanidhim akalaye kadanu. So Balam is fresh youth. As I was telling, Bal referred to by Bilwangal Thakur is not child Krishna, but fresh youth. Balam Vilasa Nidhim, ocean of pastimes. Nidhi, ocean of Vilas, pastimes. Kada Akalaye Kadanu, Akala is to see. When will I be able to see who? Then Krishna's description, form. What is that? Vakshasthale cha vipulam. Vipulam means broad. Krishna's chest is very broad. Vakshasthalecha vipulam nayanotpalecha. And his eyes are also broad, like lotus petals. How the lotus petals are very broad, like that. Mandasmitecha mrudulam madajalpitecha. He's tender. Tender in what? Mandasmit. Krishna has a, what do you call, mild smile. He's tender in mandasmite cha mrudulam madajalpite cha. Where is it? 66. He's tender in his languid smile and intoxicated speech. Madajalpite. He speaks in an intoxicated way, Krishna, when he speaks. But that is tender also, simultaneously. Bimbadhare cha madhuram. He has sweet bimbadhar, lips like reddish bimba fruit. Murali ravecha. Also the sound of his flute is also very sweet. Madhuram. Vakshasthalecha vipulam nayanotpalecha mandasmitecha mrudulam madajalpitecha bimbadharecha madhuram murali ravecha balam vilasanidhim akalaye kadanu. O Sakhis, when will I see that fresh youth, an ocean of pastimes, wide in his chest and lotus eyes, tender in his languid smile and intoxicated speech, sweet in his red lips and flute sounds. So here Krishna being the Manmath. When you see at such Krishna, such beauty of Krishna, then lust will be destroyed. Krishna is Manmatha, bewilders the mind of the Cupid, who himself bewilders the minds of ordinary people. Also in one of the verses, I can read it, 76th, Krishna is referred to as Aloka Paline, protector of many Vaikuntha planets. Lokapaline. Lokapaline means Loki's planets. Paline, the protector. Means Vishnu. Means Vishnu. Means Vishnu. Aloka means Vishnu's planet. Then in 84th verse, Krishna is referred to as Trushnambu Rashim Dviguni Karoti. Ushnanametat punarukta shobham Ushne taram sharudayan mukhindoho Trushnambu Rashim Dviguni Karoti Krishna Vayam Kinchana Jivitam Me. The indescribable object called Krishna, my very life, doubles my ocean of thirst at every moment with the rising of his cool, moon-like face. He defeats his own beauty by increasing it even more at every moment. Krishna's beauty, he increases at every moment also. Amazing. So that's why it is said, you might have heard that when Krishna looks at the flower thinks, I should smile or what you call, bloom for Krishna's pleasure, and then it blossoms like anything, increases its beauty. And seeing that blossomed flower, Krishna becomes very blissful, happy. His beauty increases. Seeing Krishna's beauty increase, then the flower becomes all the more blissful. And seeing that more blissful flower, Krishna becomes all the more blissful. And this goes on. What is the end? There is no end. continues forever. That is spiritual world. Here everything has end. Limit is there, but there is no limit there. So Trishna Ambu, Krishna doubles my ocean of thirst at every moment. With the rising of his cool moon-like face, he defeats his own beauty by increasing it even more at every moment. So we all have to have these realizations eventually. To the degree heart is impure, something else only appears beautiful. But then very soon that ends. That morning he quoted uh, the senses interacting with the sense objects. Dukkha yonayote. What is the beginning? Yehi samsparshaja yoga bhoga dukkha yonaya evate adyantavanta kauntaya nateshu ramate buddha. So to the degree we are not Buddha, we are Buddhus, we are Gadha, Mudha, like that. So to the degree our intelligence is impure and Maya is attacking, to that degree, we may relish our senses. What is the beginning? Yehi samsparshaja bhoga. Samsparsha. When our eyes see the forms, ears may hear a very melodious voice, nose may smell nice fragrant items. So yehi samsparshaja bhoga. With this bhoga, what? It is bhoga, it is some enjoyment, but dukkha yoni. It is dukkha yoni. Yoni appears simple only, but then it is going to produce something, child. So this is dukkha yoni. Dukkha yonaya evate. It is certainly dukkha yoni only. So temporary pleasure, but eventually dukkha yoni only. So adi anta, what is it? Adi antavanta kaunteya. It is adi having and it is anta also. Not teshu ramate buddha. Those who are intelligent, they do not delight in such kind of bhoga and all that. But anyway, we will be subjected to that impurity to the degree it is there in the heart. But there's no need to get discouraged. One should go on with spiritual activities, especially Shravanam and Kirtanam, as Prabhu concluded his class today morning, His Grace, High Guru Prabhu. And also deity worship, beautiful forms of their lordships. It is so pleasing to the eyes, and lust will eventually reduce and it will go away. Patience is required. One should know there is lifetimes of contamination. It won't go so fast, so quickly. And the worst thing that we could do is to offend Vaishnavas. Then the lust will increase. By serving great souls, lust, pride, greed, all these decrease. Tada rajastomo bhava, kama lobha adayashye, chetaye teranaviddham, sitam satve prasiddhati. One will have reduction in the influences of the modes of passion and ignorance. In terms of lust, pride, greed, everything going down. But on the contrary, by offending Vaishnavas, lust, pride, greed, and all these things will increase. It is said Krishna personally sows the seeds of material desires in the heart of a person who offends his devotees. So anytime you find a rise in your lust, anger, or whatever, so then know that some Vaishnava aparadh might have happened. Better take a humble role and bow down to that devotee, admit one's mistake. One need not tell the mistake or the aparadh, but you can say, I have committed some offense which I am ashamed to describe to you, but please forgive me. And then render some service to that devotee. He will be pleased through that service, and done. One is out of that offense, and then one will not feel lusty. Rather, one will feel love for Krishna. So Krishna is Trushnambu Rashim Dviguni Karoti. Krishna doubles my ocean of thirst at every moment. Then in the 85th verse, he says, Tadetadatamra Vilochana Sambhavita Shesha Vinambra Garvam Muhur Murarer Madhuradharoshtham Mukhambujam Chumbati Manasamme. My mind constantly kisses the lotus face of Murari with its sweet lips, which increases the devotee's pride in their good fortune by the beauty of his reddish eyes. So he says, my mind constantly kisses. Mind is kissing. In that Not exactly kissing, but when four Kumaras have darshan of Lord Narayan at the seventh gate of Vaikuntha, there only, that they are all observing him, different features of his body. Is it there? Dhruva Maharaj, huh? Dhruva Maharaj bowed down. There, four Kumaras don't come. Ah, not four, one of them. Maybe alternately they may be kissing. They might have put some schedule, just like Balaji Seva we have schedule. So, but there it is there, na? Haribol, verse is there, and the photo also shows, na? One of them is bowed down and is kissing the lotus feet of Lord Narayan, and other is they are all watching different features of his bodily beauty, like that. So mind can be kissing the lotus face of Murari. I mean, this is on high level. We can kiss the lotus feet of the Lord. That is okay. My mind constantly kisses the lotus face of Murari with its sweet lips, which increases the devotee's pride in their good fortune by the beauty of this reddish eyes. Beauty of his reddish eyes. So my mind constantly kisses means by the bees of his eyes. Eyes are compared to bees, bumblebees. He drinks and relishes that face. The mind kissing means what? I should be able to relish, drink Krishna's beauty, beauty of his face. So beautiful he is. Unlimited beauty. Then they said that Krishna's beauty captures the heart of even Arundhati by the tender beauty of its tender smile. Who is Arundhati? Arundhati is a daughter of Kardamuni and Devoti. How many daughters they had? 9. So one of them is Arundhati, whom they got married to Vasishtha. And Arundhati is famous for chastity, her chastity. So it is said that even Arundhati wants to learn, wants to take lessons on chastity from Srimati Radharani. So Arundhati also, Krishna's beauty captures the heart of even Arundhati by the tender beauty of its tender smile. Krishna's Kaishore age is said to be the trace of youth. It's not full youth. That is Yauvan. Kishore, isn't it? Kishore, Kishori we have. Where? Somewhere in America. Chicago. Kishore, Kishori. So Krishna is Kishore and Radharani is Kishori. So Kaishore age is a trace of youth. Just before youth begins, it's a trace of youth, and childhood is also there. So both combined. Ahead in the 96th verse he says, Vadendu vinirjita Vadendu vinirjitaha shashi dashadha deva padam prapadyate adhikam shriyam ashnute taram tava karunya vijrumbitam kiyat. O playful Lord, the moon, conquered by your moon-like face, serves your feet in 10 forms. Your feet, manifesting mercy, attain indescribable, ever-increasing beauty. So what he means is, O playful boy, playful Lord, the moon conquered by your moon-like face serves your feet in 10 forms. Generally, how many phases moon goes through? 16. 15 days, 15. Pratipada, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, Dashmi, Ekadashi, Dwadashi, Troyadashi, Chaturdashi, let's say Purnima. So these are 15, and one is Amavasya. Again it will go backward, waning moon. So they are all covered already. What might be Chaturdashi here will be Dvitiya there. Prathama there, something like that. Huh? Yeah, opposite side, but that's what I'm saying. So one Amavasya remains, or one remains. Whether you say Pratipada to Purnima or Pratipada to Amavasya. So one remains, either Purnima or Amavasya. So totally 16 phases are there of the moon But what he's saying here, the moon conquered by your moon-like face, moon, Chandradev, Somardev, he is conquered by Krishna's moon-like face, and he serves Krishna's feet in 10 forms. 10 forms? What is that? Basically 10 fingernails of Krishna, toenails of Krishna. So, because somebody is conquered by another person, what does he do? He has to bow down to his feet and serve his feet. So now moon, Chandradev or Somdev, is conquered by Krishna's moon-like face, that beauty. So he becomes servant of Krishna and serves Krishna's lotus feet in 10 forms. This is all a poetic explanation of the ecstasy of the heart of Bilomangal Thakur. He says it is unsuitable to compare even the full moon to your toenails. Why? Because your toenails are faultless and the moon has faults. In the drama it was shown, na? And that is the pastime. When Krishna addresses Radharani as Chandramukhi, she becomes very angry. What is this? How can you compare me to moon? I said, moon. There are movies also in which, I will not tell what, but they say, no, your face is like moon and all that. So it's a nice glorification. But Radharani became angry. Why? So that moon is filled with so many black spots, pock marks. And you're comparing my face is having pock marks or what, means some black spots. How dare of you to compare my face to moon like that? So similar way, Bilomangal Thakur feels it is unsuitable to compare even the full moon to your toenails, because your toenails are faultless, whereas the moon has faults. Then ahead he says, in the next 97th verse he says, Tattvam mukham katham ivambujatulya kaksham vacham avachinanu parvanindo tam kim bruve kim aparam bhuvanaika kanta venu tvadananam anena samam nuyat. So here he is saying, in describing your face, how can it be compared to a lotus? Earlier moon in one sense has faults, whereas Krishna's lotus feet and toenails have no faults. Now comparing it with the lotus, in describing your face, how can it be compared to a lotus? Since the moon withers with each phase, words of comparison with your face also wither. Do you speak of comparing your face to another face? How can I say that your face is equal to another face? So what is Krishna's argument? The other forms of the Lord, Nrsimhadev, Vamandev, Kurma Avatar and all of them, all other forms of the Lord, their face is this my face only, Krishna is saying. They are none but my incarnations only. That's why every line of Dashavata Stotra ends with Keshava Dhruta. Who is that Lord? Keshav only. But he has accepted Narahari Rupa, Vamana Rupa, Rama Sharira, or whatever. But he is Keshav only. Everywhere that line remains the same. Keshava Dhruta. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. All glories to the Lord of the creation. That is Keshav, who has assumed whichever form. So Krishna is arguing the other forms of the Lord, their face is my face only, or this face only. They are my incarnations only. So Bilomangal Thakur says, your face has a flute dear to the whole universe. The others do not have this extraordinary sweetness. Whether Nrsimhadev, Vamandev, Kurmadev, Ram, do they have flute? No. So your face is unique only. Your face has a flute dear to the whole universe. The others do not have this extraordinary sweetness. So he says Krishna's face cannot be compared to moon, since with each viewing it continues to wane. Every day till Purnima we saw the moon was visible on the western direction. But the waning was happening, whatever, the waxing or waning. With each viewing it continues to wane. And it cannot be compared to lotus because it continues to wither. Lotus also withers with scorching sunrise particularly. And it cannot be compared to other faces, because how can these be described as equal to Krishna's face? Krishna's face is Krishna's face. Beauty is unique. The moon in the form of a lamp should sincerely perform arti of your moon-like face for all time. Earlier, moon got defeated by Krishna's moon-like face beauty. So he became surrendered to Krishna in terms of bowing down to Krishna's lotus feet and worshipping his lotus feet with 10 moons. Now he says the moon in the form of a lamp. Moon should take lamp because it's glowing, isn't it? Night is illuminated, the sky, night sky is illuminated with moonlight. So moon is also a lamp. So the moon in the form of a lamp should sincerely perform arti of your moon-like face for all time. That is Bilva Mangal Thakur saying. So then he also says this Balya, Pauganda, Kaishor are redefined in one sense by him. What he says, Balya of Krishna is until 3 years and 4 months. Where did he reside for these 3 years, 4 months? In Mahavan, Gokul Mahavan, where Vasudev, after Krishna appeared in prison cell of Kamsa, he took him across Yamuna and brought him to Mahavan, where Nanda Maharaj was staying, to Yashoda Bhavan and all that. So 3 years and 4 months, that is Balya phase. Then Pauganda is until 6 years, 8 months. So where was he? From 3, 4 to 6, 8? Vrindavan. That's where he was residing. Chatikara and all that. And then eventually Nandagaon also. Then Kaishor is 6 years, 8 months old till 10 years, 7 months old when he left for Mathura. He left for Mathura at the age of 10 years, 7 months. So this period is his Kaishor. You alone are my wealth, Vaibhavam. Why speak of wealth? Without it, people will survive. But without you, I will die. His feelings is describing in 104th verse. प्रेमादं प्रेमदं च मे कामदं च मे वेदनं च मे वैभवं च मे जीवनं च मे जीवितं च मे दैवतं च मे देवनापरम. O performer of Ras Leela, you are my object of surrender, nothing else is. You alone give me prema, you alone give conjugal prema to me, you alone give its teachings, you alone are my wealth, you alone are the cause of my life, you alone are my life. So different adjectives are used for Krishna in glorification. So when he says you alone are my wealth, Jivanam chame, before that, Vedanam chame, Vaibhavam chame, you are my Vaibhav, you are my wealth. Why speak of wealth? Without it, people will survive, but without you, I will die. This is Bilva Mangal Thakur's feelings. You alone are my cause of life. Jivanam chame, Jivitam chame. You are the cause of my life. You alone are my life. Why speak of the cause of life? You are my life. Nothing else is. So when will Krishna become our life and soul, as we say, isn't it? Pran or Mat Prananathas tu sayeva naparaha. You are only my Lord of my life and nobody else. And Krishna says that to Brajavasis. Brajavasi yata jana mata pita sakha gana sabhoya mora prana sama taramadhe gopi gana sakshat mora jivana tumi mora jivanera jivana. In Rath Yatra, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Lord Jagannath, means he is in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So Radharani is being addressed by Lord Krishna, that Vrajavasi Yatagan, all the Vrajavasis, whether they are Mata, Pita or mother, father or friends, they are all my Sakshat Moro Jivana. They are my, they are saying Prana Sama, they are all like my life. Taramadde Gopigan, in all the Vrajavasis, the Gopis, Sakshat Moro Jivan, they are my life only. And oh, you, Radharani, you are my Jivanera Jivanam. Tumi Mora Jivanera Jivana. You are the life of my life. For life to continue living, there has to be some life. And you are that life. That is Krishna's glorifying Srimati Radharani. And then 107th verse is the most famous verse of all the 112 verses, total 112 verses, of which 107th verse is most famous verse. Why most famous? Because Prabhupada has quoted it. This is the only verse he has quoted few times in his books. You can repeat after me. Bhakti stvai sthiratara bhagavan yadi syat दैवेन नः फलति दिव्यकिशोरमूर्तिः मुक्तिः स्वयं मुकुलिताञ्जलिः सेवते अस्मान् धर्मार्थकामगतयः समयप्रतीक्षः. How many of you remember this verse? Read in Prabhupada books. Yeah, few times he quote. And of that also, the third line is most famous, most often quoted by Prabhupada. Mukti swayam mukulitanjali sevate asman. So here is the complete verse. Bhakti stvai sthiratara bhagavan yadi syat. Oh my dear Lord, yadi, if syat happens, what? Bhakti stvai, my devotion to you, sthiratara, becomes more stable, steady. We are performing bhakti, but it is maybe stable, but more stable, steady. Daivena, then Daivena, or what you call, automatically, na falati, to us, falati will be visible. Divya Kishora Murti, your Kishore form, that 10 years, 7 months, that phase. That form will be visible. Mukti Swayam Mukulitanjali Sevate Asmat. At that time, Mukti Devi, the goddess Mukti, she'll be standing at my doorstep with folded palms, saying, my dear sir, could I come in and render some service to you? So he says, no, sorry, I am busy in serving Krishna. Bhakti, your mistress. Mukti's mistress is Bhakti. One of the maid servants of Bhakti Devi is Mukti. And Mukti's servants are three: Dharma, Artha, Kam. Dharmartha Kama Gatayah Samaya Pratiksha. Now Mukti Devi herself is not getting employment. Where is the question of Dharma, Artha, Kam getting any employment? They are waiting. When our mistress gets employed, then next possibility of our getting employed. O omniscient Lord, if bhakti to you remains firm, the sporting youthful form will automatically be mine. Liberation in person serves me with folded hands, and the goals of dharma, artha, and kam wait expectantly to serve me. They are in waiting list. Because Mukti herself is in the waiting list. So what to speak of her servants? So liberation with folded hands saying, take me, serves me. The goals of dharma, artha, and kam standing behind, wait expectantly, thinking, will he look at me sometime? At least at Mukti he looked, but he did not engage her in service. Says, sorry, Madam Mataji, I am busy in serving Bhakti, Krishna. Please, later we'll see. But the other three, they are thinking expectantly, waiting expectantly, that will he ever look at us sometime? Krishna says in the next verse, let what was manifested by your words be called nectar for Krishna's ears. Krishna's ears, Karna. Nectar, Amrut. Let what was manifested by your words be called nectar of Krishna's ears. Krishna, Karna, Amrut. So Krishna is only giving the name to his book. You alone know how to describe my sweetness. The way you saw some sweetness in these verses that we discussed. Krishna's form, beauty, broad chest, and lotus petals like eyes. Such beauty of his form, sweetness of Krishna basically. So that's why Krishna is glorifying. You alone know how to describe my sweetness. And the narration, whatever verses we have written, these 112 verses in one sense. Let what was manifested by your words be called nectar for Krishna's ears. So thus his book is named as Krishna Karnamrita. So in one of the last verses he says, Bhavishya Puran, there is a description of Nivi Damodar. So there is one verse over there from Bhavishya Puran. संकेतावसरे च्युते प्रणयतः संरब्धया राधया प्रारभ्य भ्रूकुटिं हिरण्यरशना दाम्ना निबद्धोदरं कार्तिक्यां जननी कृतोत्सववर प्रस्तावनापूर्वकं चाटूनि प्रथयन्तम् आत्तपुलकं ध्यायेम दामोदरम. This is related to Damodar Leela. When Krishna broke his appointment, Srimati Radharani grabbed him and frowning, bound him around the waist with golden ropes. With golden ropes, Krishna was bound around his waist by Srimati Radharani herself. When Krishna broke his appointment, Srimati Radharani grabbed him and frowning, bound him around the waist with golden ropes. Krishna told her that he could not come because he had attended his mother's autumn festival. Krishna is expert. What he said, the excuse is, I came late because that autumn festival was going on. Mother Yashoda had arranged. How could I just leave that in between? So I became late. Sorry. Let us meditate on Damodar with his hair standing on end as he speaks clever words. His hair are also standing on end. Why? Because he is seeing whether this will work on Radharani. He is giving excuse. Oh, Yashoda Mai had arranged autumn festival, so I got delayed here. Why are you so angry? You're tying me with golden ropes. Wait, don't do this. And he's looking also, simultaneously having romanch. That in case this works, but may not work necessarily. Radharani went on binding him. So that is, so Nivi Damodar word is used in one of the verses. So Nivi was also the name of Bilomangal's mother. And his father's name was Damodar. So that's why mother and father of Lila Shuk, that is Bilomangal Thakur, are Nivi and Damodar. So Nivi Damodar word is also used. Krishna's eyes are absorbed in the beautiful gopis during meeting, and his mind is absorbed in them during separation. When there is sambhog, union, Krishna comes across gopis anytime. So there is, he is absorbed in the relishing the beauty of gopis, because he is seeing them face to face. And other times when he is separated, his mind is absorbed in them because they are not in front. So mind is absorbed. Earlier, whatever he got vision of them directly face to face, eye to eye, now he is seeing with eyes of his mind. So thus, Krishna is absorbed in the beautiful gopis during meeting, and his mind is absorbed in them during separation. His eyes during meeting, and his mind during separation. So Nivi Damodar also has another meaning. He who is bound at the waist by the belt of Srimati Radharani, who was disappointed with him during Kartik month. So that happened in Kartik month only. Krishna became late. So we have that Radha Damodar, isn't it? We have Yashoda Damodar there, but His Grace Janani Prabhu was also telling that this Radha Damodar pastime, though unknown to many, not so much known, but we worship Radha Damodar. At the end we say also, Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe. The 8th stanza is having that, I think, isn't it? What is that 8th stanza? Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam. But 2 lines are there before that also. Namaste stu damne spuradipti dhamne Tvadiyodarayat vishwasya dhamne Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam. So he is referring to Radharani. More or less the whole song is that Yashoda Damodar only. But last verse Radharani comes. The Gaudiyas will meditate on Radharani through this. Okay, any question? Question on the subject matter which I am unaware of. Past time. भविष्य पुराण में कौन सा वाला?
रथ यात्रा में चैतन्य महाप्रभु.
अच्छा, वो तो श्री में है, चैतन्य चरितामृत. There are many verses. This is one of my most favorite ones, so I memorized it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in front of Jagannath's cart, he is saying many things. So one of the verses is this. This will be something like 14th chapter of Madhya Lila, after Gundicha Marjan, which is I think 13th, if I am not wrong. So the next Rath Yatra after Gundicha Marjan. So that time many verses are there. One of them is this. Any other?
We are discussing about philosophy and emotions.
Hmm.
So I had a question about how the philosophy transforms into emotion, whether it is like reactants transformed into products. Like
Which transform into products?
the philosophy
Huh.
itself transforms into emotions, or philosophy acts like a catalyst to generate emotions, or philosophy acts like a protector. How it exactly?
For now, it will as protector.
I mean, protecting the emotions.
Huh.
Philosophy.
Yes, as far as Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam both we know. First Karma Yoga, and then at the end Gyan Yoga, in between Bhakti Yoga, and that is for protecting. So that way also at some stage of one's advancement in spiritual life. But eventually when one is a pure devotee, maybe in Prema Bhakti stage, then emotions are only there. And Krishna will only protect his devotee. But till preliminary stage of Bhava Bhakti, they say, one can fall down. So one should be careful. In the beginning, one is very hard-hearted, in a sense, especially taking the path of renunciation as brahmacharis, sannyasis, whatever. So one neglects or rejects all the other relationships with mother, father, house, money. No, 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 nothing, all that. So that is good. But eventually, one has to be soft also. Otherwise, one will be offending Vaishnavas in the midst of Vaishnavas. One may become averse to women and have hatred towards them, which is dangerous. So he should not be very emotional towards women, but nor should he be averse to women also. So that Krishna will take care of whole process, and devotees will take care. The instructions, philosophy will take care. But eventually, for pure devotee, there is no problem in having only pure emotions for Krishna. And he is what you call unconsciously competent, isn't it? Unconsciously incompetent, that is because of ignorance. Then consciously incompetent, that is passion. He is conscious but then is somehow fails. Then consciously competent, that is in the mode of goodness. One knows also what it is and one is able to do it also, protect and all that. But then unconsciously competent. So that time unconsciously means in one sense philosophy is kind of not there. But that is pure devotee only. We have to be careful. We cannot brush aside philosophy. Otherwise, like yesterday it was being described, we may get into sahajyasm. Just like for Bharat Maharaj it is said, he had misplaced compassion. So compassion is the emotion. So it is very good. Jivdaya. Krishna Prem means three things only. Name Ruchi, Vaishnava Seva, Jivdaya. So Jivdaya means emotions, feelings, compassion for suffering souls, etc. That is very good, but unfortunately his became misplaced compassion. In the process of showing compassion, it was okay to rescue the baby deer when it was floating down the stream. That was perfect. But after coming out of the stream, he should have released it in the forest. But he thought, who is there for this baby deer? Me only. And then that way there were more people in the kingdom only. But he gave them up all up, and here he got attached to one deer, and it became misplaced compassion. And that was because Acharya say preliminary stage of Bhavakti. Anyway, Bharat Maharaj is being used by Krishna. We cannot blame him, but we have to learn in our own lives how to safeguard our devotional service. So that philosophy is required at that stage till it is required. Afterwards, for a pure devotee, it may not be. But he will speak, because that's why Uttamadhikaris have to come down to Madhyamadhikari level and speak the philosophy also, and show the exemplary behavior, yad yad acharati sreshtas, etc. But otherwise it is not required for them. Prabhupada sometimes said, no, even if I am surrounded by naked women in a closed room, it won't disturb me at all. So that is Uttamadhikari statement. But as a Madhyamadhikari, as a preacher, He never arranged such kind of forum in which women are around him. Rather, he protected His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj when he was given sannyas. So then Prabhupada said, so now henceforth Bhakti Charu will cook for me, something like that, in the kitchen, and no Matajis will cook, like that. No need of something like that. He's my personal cook and all that. So like that. So Maharaj was going on. So then His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj, I think, told him that Maharaj, you know what is that? What? Prabhupada is protecting you from women. So that's why he separated very intelligently. He took all the Matajis out of kitchen and you alone cook for Prabhupada. So you will be safer. Prabhupada not only was cautious about his own life, but he was careful to protect his disciples, sannyasis and all that. So philosophy is required. That, what is that? Not Siddhant, that 9th canto. Nanu agni pramada nama vritakumbas samapuman sutamapi raho jayad yavad anyata arthakrat. Indeed, she is called as one who maddens a man, makes a man mad. Grutakamba samapuman, and man is compared, she is compared to fire, and man is compared to a pot of clarified butter. Nanu sutamapi raho jayad, one should stay away from one's own daughter also. In a secluded place, one should not be alone with one's daughter also, or sister or mother also. Matra swastra duhitrava, na avyaktasano pavit. And here also, yavad anyata arthakrit, just contact only as long as service is there. Whatever the service, so that much only, not beyond. So that philosophy should be in place. For pure devotee, it doesn't matter. But again, for the sake of loka sangrama evapi, for the sake of setting an example for others, he may still take care of. Prabhupada, you know, that he was talking to Brahmanand Prabhu, and once suddenly Bhavatarani, his younger sister, younger means Prabhupada is only 75 whatever, she must be 65, 70 around. So she came and she knew only Bengali. So she started speaking in Bengali language with Prabhupada. So he was there standing for 2, 3, 5 minutes. Then he thought, brother and sister having loving discussions in Bangla, I cannot understand. Let me leave. So as he was leaving, Prabhupada said, Brahmanand, wait here only. So, okay, Guru Agya. So he stood there only. After Bhavatarani Mataji spoke for some time, then she left. And then Prabhupada said, Matra swastra duhitra va na avivikta sano bhavet balavan indriya gramo vidvamsam api karshati. And Brahman Prabhu would not understand what is this. But he heard Matra. So then afterwards he went out of the room and he searched in Prabhupada books, what is it that he quoted? And then he understood, my God, meaning it dangerous. Dangerous means Prabhupada is quoting this verse, that one should not be alone in a room with one's own mother, sister or daughter also. Because the indriyas, the senses are very powerful, can agitate a mind of person of intelligence also. So he was thinking, my God, Prabhupada is speaking like that in relationship with Bhavatarani, his own sister, who is 65, 70-year-old. And Prabhupada is also so old. Yeah, because he wanted to show to his disciples that. So it is everything. So as per the requirement, philosophy will act as protector, philosophy will act as catalyst, philosophy will act as something more you said, product something. Huh? Protector. Reactants. Yeah, so philosophy is everything. So we should take shelter of philosophy. Emotions are there, but the emotions should be carefully.
As a sadhakas, we need to exercise the emotions.
Yes, so we have no devotee friends. We have our festivals. We have dancing. Every morning program, dancing and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You can individually bow down to at least few devotees. Then you can embrace them, they can embrace you. You can dance, in the circle like that. You can go in Harinam Sankirtan. You can go for book distribution. You can do sabji cutting and whatever deity worship. You 3 friends can be in 3 altars. If 4 are there, then one can be in backup also. Balaji, okay. But they will be separated, na? The point is basically friendship. Emotions. That is also emotion. Okay, take a feeling of separation. That, oh, Prabhu, Balaji gela, Parvate gela. more a friend, like that. So that all should be expressed with the brahmachari friends. If not expressed, then it may go in the wrong direction. It will be expressed with women or some other relatives, like that. And should be taking care. Okay? Any other? No other, because everybody knows it is 4:34. So the question is, when are you going to say, Bilvamangal Thakur ki jai, Krishna Karnamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Itai Gaur Premanande. Thank you all very much.